Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this January 29th. A very cold morning, colder than yesterday morning. Single-digit temperatures starting out here, 2 degrees. The current temperature reading in Bowling Green, Kentucky at 4:40 a.m. As we predicted, we said 4, maybe 5. 2, a couple of degrees off there. Oh, my goodness. Colder this morning as you step outside. We're seeing -2 right now in Allen County at the Mesonet site there, -1 in Logan County, -2 up in Ohio County. See if I see anything colder than that. Not around here. Seeing some -3s. As you head over to, say, southeastern Kentucky, and there's a -6. Looks like it's over toward Jackson, Kentucky at this hour, so it's a little bit colder out east of us. But a very clear, very cold morning. But the winds are calm, and that is better news. We had a little bit of a wind yesterday morning, with the single-digit temperatures, and that was producing some below-zero wind chills, but we don't see that this morning. But how about what's been going on down south? We talked about that rare winter storm that plagued parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, even the Florida Panhandle, and then into the Carolinas. Crazy stuff. On the order of 1 to 3 inches of snow. Some places got a little bit more than that, but they're not used to that. And then there was a coating of ice underneath it. Birmingham, there were folks sliding off the interstate, so they were having to close roads there. Mississippi, and it's crazy weather that far south. But winter by no means is done. In fact, we may be looking at some more winter weather potential as we get into the middle of next week. Now, the models are certainly indicating that something is going to happen. Just exactly how it's going to play out, too soon to say. And too soon to be putting out any kind of projections about how much snow or how much ice or any of that stuff. But it does appear that, Tuesday night into Wednesday of next week could be, not so much fun around here, or at least parts of the Ohio Valley. 1 week from today, we're keeping an eye on it. Already looking at some of the computer guidance, the models. But the guidance isn't gospel, as I talked about yesterday. This is just something that we're looking at. It's a template, something that we'll look at, study. We'll consult with each other and take a look at the next few model runs to see what happens, see if there's some consistency there. So anybody, again, I caution you, anybody that puts up a map, it's going to come 6 to 12 inches of snow by next Wednesday, and they're posting that on social media, totally immediately disregard it. Just chunk it, because it's BS, and I'm being polite. So anybody that puts up, here's some speculation, here's one of the models, here's what it's saying, but there is very little consistency. We're going to take a wait-and-see attitude about it. Now, that's somebody you can trust, but if you're looking at some of these just no-name websites and social media blogs and Facebook posts and things like that, where you get a nameless entity that's out there and they're just posting all kinds of colorful maps and saying this is going to happen, that's going to happen a week ahead of time. No, don't listen to that. It's junk. And they may come back and say, well, look, I was right. Yeah, okay, well, what's the old saying? Even a blind man can tell the time and get it right. I don't know. That's probably wrong. I don't know. I'm not good with those kind of sayings, but anyway, I thought I heard that somewhere before. Okay, let's move on to the forecast. As we look at the stats from yesterday, 18 was our high temperature. That is as warm as we got. And that happened just after 4:30 at the airport yesterday. 46 is where we should be on average. So that's a 28-degree difference. 8 was our low temperature. That actually happened just before midnight last night. 27 is the average low, so we were 19 degrees below average. 1 year ago, we had a high of 60 and a low of 49 back in 2013. And no precipitation, of course, past 24 hours. Today, high pressure sitting right on top of us. That's why the skies are clear and the winds are calm, and we're very, very, very cold this morning. But as the high pressure center moves east a little bit today, a southwesterly wind flow. So sunny, not as cold. Later today, even though we're starting out in the single digits now, we're looking for a high of 26. Then tonight, clear, not as cold. At least we won't be in the single digits. We'll be at 11, which will feel a lot better. Well, not much, but relatively speaking. And then for tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see a few more clouds mixing with the sunshine, but even warmer, breezy too, with a high of 41. And this warming trend is going to continue over the next several days. 43 on Friday. But with that will come a chance of some light rain showers as we get into Friday afternoon and evening. And some of that could possibly start late Thursday night, early Friday, as maybe a little bit of a light wintry mix. But again, we're not too concerned about any travel issues or any accumulation out of that. It's going to warm up and stay above freezing pretty quickly, so that should not be an issue. Now, Saturday, the first day of February, it looks like a rainy day across south central Kentucky, but it's going to be much warmer, a high of 53 degrees. So a 10-degree warm-up from Friday into Saturday. But Saturday night, we will have a little system come back through, and with that will be a shot of somewhat colder air, but not cold Arctic air. So what will happen is any leftover moisture may change to a brief period of a winter mix over to some light snow Saturday night, getting down to 29 degrees. Not expecting any accumulation out of that, but we'll keep an eye on it. Sunday morning, there could be some leftover snow flurries, but even then, Groundhog Day, by the way, we are going to warm it up to 41 degrees. So any leftover flurries would either change over to light rain or just come to an end. That's also Super Bowl Sunday. By the way, we have Super Bowl. We have the Super Bowl on our Fox station. WBKO Fox is where the Super Bowl will be this year. Monday, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds and holding at 41. And then Tuesday of next week, this is what I was talking about, the models pointing to a bigger winter storm for the Ohio Valley and the Mid-South region. 60% chance of rain likely, 43. But as we get into Tuesday night and Wednesday of next week, at least one of the models, a couple of the models are indicating that we could see something more of a mix, possibly some icing. It's too soon to say just exactly how this is going to play out, as I mentioned earlier, but it is the system to watch over the coming 7 days. And we will certainly do that and give you some heads up to pay attention to that one. It's only February, folks. Well, it's not even that yet. So we still got a ways to go. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless you, and thank you, as always, for listening. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky and streaming live to WBKO.com.